People often ask me what my inspiration for Inspiring Dads was. And it's a tricky question to answer sometimes because it was a process that took place over a number of years. And it goes back to 2010 when my daughter Freya was born. And at the time I was working as a management consultant, and a lot of the work I did was involved staying away from home, traveling, and generally working pretty hard, long hours at times. It was also something I really enjoyed. But a number of months, for 6, 7, 8, 9 months maybe, before Freya was born, then my wife and I had discussed what it was and how it was that we wanted to organise our lives and how we were going to sort of navigate being parents and what was going to be important to us. And generally we came up with this idea that one of us would always be there, and be there being kind of a loose term for someone would be available for the kids in some form or other. And in terms of my wife's career and my career and the ability, both in terms of earning at the time and earning later on, and the ability to do freelance work, then it was felt that my wife as a lawyer was better placed to become the lead breadwinner, and I as a management consultant, which is also a great career, would be better placed in terms of freelance work and also sort of financial implications for our family. I'd be better placed to take a lead on the sort of childcare aspects of life and raising children. And so in 2010, when Freya was born, then I moved to 4 days a week, and which went really, really well in the terms of it. I was flexible, my team were amazing, but it was also really, really tough because I was particularly aware of the challenges around time, the challenges of one parent being at home and dealing with a baby. In our case, Freya had reflux, quite severe reflux, and those kind of dynamics within the relationship is that one of you is going out to work and feels the pressure, and frequently that is the man, and it was for me in those first 6 months. And so that I think informed a number of the aspects of why I wanted to work with dads, because I then stopped altogether. I left the workplace in June, July 2010 after my wife's maternity leave had finished, and I then went and I started this new career, this new role as a stay-at-home dad, inverted commas because it's a bit problematic sometimes, but I became the lead carer. So Freya was 6 months old, and I did that full time, just the two of us, for about 9 months. And at times it was really dull. It was really boring. I have a load of videos that I took, recorded, that talk, because basically I didn't know quite what to do. I was just filling up the time. We were spending time and we were engaging. Really important time of my life, but also quite a tricky one. And after 6 months or so, then 9 months or so. So she was 6 months at the time. After 9 months, then she went into nursery a couple of days a week. I got some really good, valuable, useful freelance work, and then I think over time she became 3 days a week, and I carried on freelancing. Then our son Struan was born in 2013, and I stopped again for a period of time, and I took lead care of the kids again. And so I was looking ultimately for something that I could do on a long-term basis, that would be interesting, that I could make into a career. And my wife was receiving coaching through her business, and she said a lot of the things that she was, a lot of the techniques and the tools and the way that the coach was working with her was very similar to things I really enjoy from management consultancy. And so I looked into coaching. I wanted something that I could control my own hours. I wanted something that ultimately would fit around school hours, which is what I currently do. And I found that it was a really good fit for what I wanted to do and the impact I wanted to have for other people. So I did a diploma. Had a really interesting and enjoyable time in training, and then it was a case of finding my niche. And I started thinking it was working parents, but then I realised that the thing that really interested me was to help men to navigate, where they're struggling in particular, navigate those tensions between work and home life, but particularly both in terms of being an active parent for their children, but also being a perfect partner, and also time for themselves, and navigating those tensions and those challenges that we all face, but that I wanted to help men to face and to reconcile some of those trade-offs, and also to help them to gain the skills required to feel like they were making a success of their life. And so that's where Inspiring Dads was born. The name Inspiring Dads, the I and the D are my first name, my initials, Ian Dinwiddie, and that was my wife's idea, and she says, do you give me credit? I said, yes, every time I do a video, every time I talk about this, I give you credit. So that's where Inspiring Dads came from. I want to inspire men to get the kind of, to understand and to get the kind of equality that they want. So not just in the workplace. I mean, my clients believe in equality in the workplace and equality at home, and my job as a coach is to help them to navigate the complexities of modern life, and to understand what those trade-offs are, and in some ways to teach them some of those skills and some of those experiences that I think I bring a unique perspective to, in terms of my wife is a breadwinner. I see work-life balance issues and challenges from the point of view of being the partner of a very successful lawyer, and I get to see that, but also I understand the importance of work and the identity, and some of the things that I bring in terms of identity and understanding those transition periods, and bringing that perspective to a coaching relationship. So that's a little bit about Inspiring Dads, what it's all about, and why I do it. I look forward to working